Impossible. So, there is Anubhada Sutta expounded by the Buddha. So there, the Buddha directly explained what the Venerable Sariputta can do. Venerable Sariputta can discern each of the mentality one by one. So, in the dispensation of the Buddha, among all Buddha's disciples, Venerable Sariputta, his foremost his wisdom is the greatest of all among all the disciples except the Buddha. So some may complain, Venerable Sariputta can discern mentality one by one because he has very great wisdom, very sharp wisdom. Not because of this, commentary explained clearly, but because Vuttha Ramananan, Prekita Daya, because he could discern object and base together. That's why he could discern mentality one by one. Do you get what I meant? Many, I think you don't get what I mean. Not because Venerable Sariputta has very sharp wisdom. He could discern mentality one by one. Just because he could discern base and object together. That's why he had the capability to discern mentality one by one. What are the base? What are the object? What is a base and what is an object? So, I told all of you, materiality arises in the form of very tiny small particles. So if you discern 4 elements in your ear door, you will just see very tiny subatomic particles which are arising and perishing. So now you see me because you have you have eye sensitivity. Eye sensitivity, you will see in the form of very tiny small particles in your eye door. So, you have discerned what is eye sensitivity. So you know the base. Eye sensitivity means eye base. So visible object is object. So when you see visible objects impinges on the eye sensitivity. Because of this reason, also visible object impinges on the bhavanga. Right? Because one object impinges two doors. Because Venerable Sariputta can discern base and object. That's why he could discern mentality. So we also teach our disciples because they can discern both base and object. That's why they can discern mental process. In each mental process, there are many mind movements. Do you remember what is mind movement? One tit is one mind movement. In each mind movement, there are consciousness and associated mental factors. In Pali, it is called citta and cetasika. So in every mind movement, consciousness cannot arise alone. It arises together with the associated mental factors. So in one mind movement, at least there are 8 mentality. 1 is consciousness, 7 is associated mentality. Altogether 18 numbers. So now, as I have told all of you, now you are listening to the Dhamma. Now in your mind, wholesome mentality arises in you. So now in you, there are altogether 34 mental factors. 1 is consciousness, 33 is associated. Altogether 37. If you have discerned based on object,